turning the clock back to 1871. Yes, as we move across to ITVX for a period drama sequel, which arrived on Sunday, the 9th of March as a box set. It's Belgravia, the next chapter. And here's a clip.
Who is that girl?
Her name is Clara Dunn.
Would you care to ride with me, mister?
Yes.
Clara, I haven't always found life easy.
What do you mean?
I've sometimes felt myself betrayed.
Is my brother at home? I read the announcement of his marriage.
How strange that we haven't met. My sister is Clara Dunn.
This is very difficult. I'm not sure how much he's told you.
Some things are better left well alone.
Yes, well, this is the next chapter, as you say. So this is 30 years on from Belgravia, which for any fans will know exactly what's happened in that. So this is now set in 1871. And it still has that... I was hooked quite quickly, actually. I watched the first episode and I was hooked really quite quickly. I kind of think it's almost irrelevant whether you've seen it before or not. I don't think that really matters particularly. But what I like about this is we talk about sort of multi-layered and faceted and kind of the depth of things. That there's a depth to this as well, because there's a stiff upper lip, isn't there, at this time, where you kind of, you meet somebody, you kind of tell them of your intentions, or certainly the parents of your intentions. And this focuses around one particular couple in the first episode, particularly. And he's not necessarily... he's had a bad childhood, and so you see that coming through and how that can affect the relationship, which I quite liked, actually, because it just felt like it had a little bit more to it. So this focuses on the Trenchard's grandson, Lord Frederick. He's a nice looking guy, he's a successful businessman, but his father was terrible to him. And you see little flashbacks of that, of what was happening when he was a child. And so whilst he's, what we find out is that actually it's because he was the product of an affair. It wasn't because, and of course it's not his fault at all, but the father hated him because of that, or not the real father. And, that impacts everything that he does. And he meets Clara Dunn, played by Harriet Slater, and she catches Frederick's eye. And she just adores him, and she's a really sort of innocent, vibrant, completely different family to his in so many ways. Comes from a product of love, really, and genuinely a family that adore her. And he makes his intentions clear, and then and you kind of witness that relationship and the impact, as I say, that his childhood's had on him. If you like this kind of thing, it does what it says on the tin. It's absolutely no different. It caught me. I enjoyed it. It's certainly something to sort of kick back with a glass of wine and enjoy. It's not an edge of the seat. What do you think?
I did like it. I didn't watch the first series, 2020's Belgravia. But I enjoyed episode 1 of this, and as you say, it's the grandson of that Trenchard dynasty, who is played by Benjamin Wainwright, and Harriet Slater plays Clara, who he falls for. Julian Fellowes wrote Belgravia, and of course he's done a lot of stuff, hasn't he? So he did the brilliant film Gosford Park and Downton Abbey, lots of other things. He wrote the books for the stage musicals Mary Poppins and School of Rock. Did you know that, Hannah? So he's pretty versatile. He hasn't written this sequel, but he's executive produced, so he's quite heavily involved in it. And he's just very good at writing very addictive, slightly kind of soapy, melodramatic, upstairs, downstairs type dramas. And this is another great example. And yes, as you say, there's this love story, but once they marry, the pair, cracks begin to appear, and he keeps having flashbacks to this abusive childhood. He's got there's a hot vicar in it, a hot priest. His estranged brother, played by Toby Regbo. Some interesting characters. There's this French exile, this Marquise, played by Claude Perron, And of course, Miles Jupp and Sophie Winkleman from Peep Show. Yeah, they're in it as the Duke and Duchess of Rochester, who are quite closely involved with the family. So if you like Julian Fellowes stuff, you know exactly what you're going to get. And this absolutely delivers.